How do you really know what your credit score is, right? You might be going on there and looking at a consumer report, which is going to be completely different than what we use. In the mortgage world, we use a specific credit algorithm that's going to read differently than maybe what you're looking at. So even if you think you might be borderline around that scenario, you should still apply. Again, if we're doing a soft credit pull, you really don't have any reason not to at least get that information.
When I go to my Chase account and it says my FICO score,
Yep.
That's not accurate. It's not accurate in the mortgage world.
You have two different FICO models, two different algorithms that's reading that information saying, hey, based off of this model is what the score is, and based off of this other model is what the score is. So it really depends on what you're shopping for. And I always give this scenario. If you went to a mortgage guy on the same day, you went and looked at your consumer report same day, and you went to go buy a car same day, we're all going to probably have three different scores for all three different bureaus. And it's really just we're all using different FICO models. So unless you were able to update your application on Chase or whatever you're using to use on Chase to say, hey, I need to use this same model, then we'd all have the same. But unfortunately, different industries use different things. And that's why we're seeing that difference between them all.
Good to know.
Yep.
I don't think I knew that about my credit.
Yeah, you know, you
I just know that I have to have good credit if I want to do anything in life.
Yep, absolutely. And here's the thing too. I mean, worst case scenario, let's just say that we do pull your credit. Let's just say you are underneath that range of what is needed to get pre-qualified. Again, you're at least going to get the information as to what you can do to at least get your scores up. It's going to be a win-win. You may not like the outcome when someone says, hey, you know, there's no options because your credit's too low. But if you say, hey, your credit's too low, but if you do X, Y, and Z, your credit will go up and then you might have another shot. So either way, you're going to get the yes. If you get the no, you're going to get the information so you can get a yes later.
Okay. For the people that are still in fear, say you do pull the score and it drops. How many points does it actually drop your credit score by doing the inquiry? And how often do you have to reapply or repull that report?
Okay. Technically, I can pull as many reports as I want. Now, again, it's on the soft credit side, no inquiries. We can literally continue to pull these things over and over and over, and you're going to have zero impact. It's not until we start doing the hard credit inquiries, where we start building up enough of those, it's going to start taking an impact. Now, again, the credit algorithm is very intricate, right? I don't know exactly like, hey, if you have this many credit reports, this is how much of an impact you're going to have. But I mean, each section of the algorithm, which weighs your score, the lowest amount of change actually falls within the inquiry section. Even if you max out as many as you could possibly get, the impact is going to be little. The reason why people think that the impact is so large is because they're comparing my report compared to like your report. So say, for example, you're like, I looked today, my consumer report showed a 700 and I might pull a 680. You're going, I dropped 20 points off that inquiry. No, the answer is you probably dropped 0. It's just the fact that your report is different or your algorithm is different than mine. Now, if you start adding those things up, sure, it might go down, but the impact is going to be minimal if you start racking them up. But again, it will have an impact over time if you rack up a ton.
Okay.
So
good to know. See, your credit score, it doesn't matter. Well, it does.
It does.
It does.
Don't let that hinder you. If you're thinking, hey, I'm worried about my credit, listen, apply. Let's see where you're at. Let's get you on a plan. Let's move you forward. A lot of times, people that are concerned, I pull the credit report, they're most likely in ranges where there's going to be options available.